Anakin will turn to the dark side. For people who only know him through the prequel trilogy, this fact is probably quite obvious. However, for those who watch the Clone Wars, it can be easy to forget the fact that this good man will ever go bad. The charm, charisma, and character end up immersing us so deeply into the world of Star Wars that, like the characters of the show, we forget that he could ever fall so deep. Watching the latest episode of the Clone Wars helped me come to this realization, because now we're finally getting overlap between the show and Revenge of the Sith, which could in fact cause some plot holes to be created or fixed. It had been a while since we had seen Anakin so genuinely happy, and in a weird way it sort of warmed my heart. Anakin's reactions to Ahsoka coming back and his interactions with her show quite effectively how much Ahsoka means to her. You might even say that Anakin knows how messed up he is and doesn't want that to happen to Ahsoka, almost like wanting to pass on some sort of Jedi legacy. Because let's not forget that he was once a boy with aspirations of becoming a great Jedi and liking angels.
What? An angel?
What better way to do that than teaching someone else? At no point in the Clone Wars does it feel like Anakin is the annoying, moody, sand-hating person he is in the prequel trilogy. Anakin really does seem like a real cool guy, and all credit goes to the writers for fixing up this hot pile of garbage. No scene better shows Anakin's likable nature than the beginning of Old Friends Not Forgotten. It does a good job of reminding us who Anakin is and his witty relationship with Obi-Wan. And as a quick side note, I must say that this animation is gorgeous, a significant step up from the previous arc. He is resourceful, a quick thinker, and most importantly, does it while looking like a boss. But as soon as Ahsoka is here, he's a different Anakin, one that is vulnerable, one that likely has missed his friend. We can see his concern for her in the fact that he's immediately suspicious of the fact that she's walking around the Pikes. In addition, the fact that he arranged an entire parade for her is obvious flattery. But equally important is Ahsoka and her reaction to the entire ordeal. She is immediately taken aback by the level of respect that the clones are giving her, almost like she doesn't feel worthy of being given this level of respect, now that she isn't a Jedi. And this tells us a lot about Ahsoka. She doesn't feel like she's better than other people, much less than the clones. Perhaps maybe even brought about by the fact that she's surrounded by a showboating gunslinger like Anakin. The next scene is really what got to me though, knowing that they're never going to see each other again. Knowing that Ahsoka and Anakin are never going to see each other again. Ever. The facial expressions and nuances are so human that you feel what they're feeling. You are put into Anakin's shoes as he sees his Padawan finally come into her own. You experience Ahsoka seeing her role model figure venture off into a place that he may never come back from. And the sad thing is, he never does come back. It's almost Shakespearean, the great demise of a hero that once was. Except, unlike Shakespeare, I actually care about the characters and won't fall asleep midway through. We've grown to develop a bond with Anakin, which is why we care about him. It's a sort of dramatic irony that adds poignancy to the scene. The Republic will collapse, the Jedi will fall, and everything we know will fall apart. But Anakin and Ahsoka don't know this, which is why the scene is so powerful. The same person who saves innocent people out of the good of his heart will also kill literal children, unless that is, the writers make some sort of change to the story, but that would be really quite surprising. Which brings me to the underrated brilliance from the prequels that I would never expect. Anakin crying on Mustafar. He's gone so far down into the pits of the Sith that he's literally in tears. And the worst thing is that even if he wanted to go back, he couldn't. Or at least that's what he believes. Which is why he has set up this sort of mental block for himself. If the scene could work in movies as terrible as the prequels, I'm really looking forward to how it's done in the Clone Wars. Because it'll definitely be far more impactful, since we actually have a relationship to this version of Anakin. We must not forget, although it is entertaining to look at the heroic bravado of this Anakin, he will turn dark. And that's something we have to remember. Anakin will turn to the dark side. So that's it for today. I know this video was a bit all over the place, but hopefully you stuck through it. So let me know what you think of this video and the Star Wars Clone Wars Season 7 Episode 9 Old Friends Not Forgotten episode. That's been it for today.